Telegraph next. And Leo, after these latest revelations, I assume you're going to homeschool your kids.
Yeah, well, definitely not going to school them in Scotland. So Scottish children as young as 11 are being taught in school that they are queer if they don't yet know their sexual orientation. This is Edinburgh's top state school, Boroughmuir High School, which also urges children to refer to each other using they, them pronouns instead of he or she, if they're not entirely sure what if the person hasn't declared their pronouns, and also tells staff not to use terms such as mother, brother or sister to avoid upsetting pupils who identify as trans. So this is more examples of the SNP's gender ideology. The SNP somehow has become gripped by gender ideologists. So they've tried to they passed in the gender reform bill, which means it makes it much easier to identify as a woman, and they had the issue with men, biological males being placed in female prisons, and yeah, now it's in the schools as well. So it's indoctrinating kids, telling them, oh, you're queer, which seems a bit. That's how people used to bully kids at school.
I know. Well, that's it. I mean, I know a lot of gay men and women who are very upset with people appropriating this word, which used to be very much a slur, and now sort of essentially straight people going, oh, I'm now queer or whatever, because they're really boring. But it's incredible, Nick, that it's got this far. And also, it's not just it happened now, it's been going on for a couple of years, right?
Right, I know. It's incredible how captured by woke ideology education has become, and the depravity of it is emerging. We had that story the other day about the Times that the TES, there was these 900,000 resources, and one of them asked the question, like, is paedophilia a sexuality? Things like this, asking children these questions. This thing here, children as young as 11 being taught that, if you don't know your sexual orientation, you're queer. No, you're a child. You're a child who's 11. That's the answer to that. And Kate Forbes has said that she's been inundated with complaints from parents of children as young as 4 saying they're confused about their gender. That is psychological abuse of children. And the thing is, I think the fact that it's so depraved and crazy is one of the reasons people struggle to believe it. Parents are only just realising now how bad this is. Yeah. And they're only just waking up to it now. And it seems particularly bad in Scotland. It's pretty bad everywhere, but this is another legacy of the SNP. And as you say, how captured they've become by this insane ideology.
I had a massive argument over the weekend with this very nice couple we met, really lovely, and we got on really well. And then when this came up and I was bringing up these examples, they were like, that just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. And it's happened for years. And kids are being taught there are 3 sexes. This is anti-science. They're being taught in schools. Mind you, my kids go to Jewish school, so they're taught in God. So I can't really complain too much. But it's incredible.
I can't imagine you having an argument with anyone, Josh. But can I just say, I have the same thing in my football team. Sort of normal people, fair enough, and they say things like, this is not really going on. You guys are just obsessed with it. And they think, like, we're the nuts ones for calling it out. But no, it is real.
Yeah, and it's amazing how far the window's moved, that somebody's saying, oh, no, maybe we shouldn't send drag queens into, to do sexualised performances in scantily clad lingerie in front of children. Anybody saying that is now condemned as far right. I mean, it sounds ridiculous to be saying that, but it's certainly the boundary for being considered far right has moved somewhat since the...
Well, at least with the educational system, this stuff's been exposed, and hopefully they can get on top of it and deal with it.